Well, the expansion of the East African community now awaits internal legislation in the Democratic Republic of Congo within the next 6 months in order for the people of the former Zaire to enjoy full rights of a member state. The signing of the ratification agreement in Nairobi, enabling this process to go ahead as the DRC and the rest of the East African community walk into the union full of expectation on trade, diplomacy, socio-economic empowerment, as well as improved ties between neighbors. Leila Mohammed reports on the possible gains and challenges that the expanded market faces.
The next 6 months will be critical for the Legislative Assembly in Kinshasa to pass key legislation in the last stretch of fully integrating into the East African community.
Your Excellencies, the mission of DRC to the community has made now the region expand from 6 partner states to 7 partner states. The expanded membership makes the community bigger, with close to almost 50% increase in population, 22% increase in GDP, 79% expanded territorial area.
We have in this context ongoing integration tasks in all sectors. They include the East African Court of Justice, the East African Legislative Assembly, and sectoral committees on essential matters like trade, industry, finance, agriculture, defense, security, education, infrastructure, science and technology, aviation, health, and international cooperation, among others.
The entry is now expected to relax restrictions on movement, taxation, trade and social relations to allow the historical ties that have bound the regional people over time to thrive.
It will not just be about bilateral engagements where we saw previously it was just China and maybe the DRC as you put it, but now it will be a combined region of up to 300 million people and a combined GDP of around 250 billion. So it becomes more expansive in terms of engagement, and it actually enlarges the trading options in terms of imports and export, which again in the long run benefits the region as a whole.
East Africa is a largely agriculture-driven economy, with member states exchanging such products alongside manufactured products from member states to each other. With the new entrant coming into the common market, what are the possible products expected to move smoothly across the borders?
DRC boasts of is, of course, its mineral resource base, which is quite vast in terms of cobalt and other minerals, gold, diamond, and the like. So this will be a big plus. But again, one of the other things that DRC also boasts is in terms of its timber, of course, because you know it has this very big rainforest, so it will benefit. But again, what will the other region export in terms of DRC? I think the DRC will now benefit a lot from the finance, but again, it will also benefit from the economic interactions, the movement of processed goods coming from Kenya, Tanzania, even Uganda, and it boosts that economic environment.
With expansion in size, experts believe that EAC will now be able to compete with other regional blocs like Southern African Development Community, SADC, and the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS.
The next move in terms of integration will be now to move into the other level, which is a monetary policy or a monetary union, which will give the region a one currency which can be able to leverage itself in terms of when it's engaging with other regions.
As the common market now expands from the port of Mombasa along the Indian Ocean to Kinshasa on the Atlantic, many are hoping that the 300 million plus population will be good enough for businesses and trade across the region. But then again, the issues going on in eastern DRC are not far from the minds of many here within the community. The battle between government forces and rebels has been a thorn in the flesh of not only the former Zaire for decades, but also neighboring countries that continue to host hundreds of thousands in refugee camps. With this, is the prospect of looking into a military formation to help the UN mission in the area enforcing peace a viable choice?
DRC will benefit from negotiation Of course, previously it has been done through bilateral, where Tanzania has played a key role in sending some of its troops. But now there will be this East African standby force, which can really help in terms of negotiating, in terms of resolving the conflict in this particular region.
The people of East Africa have over decades enjoyed the arts from the DRC, with Lingala and Rumba music being at the heart of their social fabric. The modern-day industry borrows heavily from Congolese beat and dance as the region seeks to push further into a unified bloc.
Europe does not have a common language, Swahili. Why don't we use this social infrastructure, historical infrastructure, to work for the other two targets, prosperity and strategic security?
I think we just have to get down to do the work that is entailed in the statements we have made to our people of our individual countries, as well as the East African community. And I am with you all the way.
DRC joins the union ahead of other neighbors like Ethiopia and Somalia, whose applications had been taken back, with the region expecting certain parameters to be met before admission. Leila Mohammed, NT.